Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It is Plant Update Tuesday and I have some interesting updates for you guys. If you haven't followed me on my vlogging channel, then you would have seen my plants every single day because they are in my daily vlogging videos. So if you want to see my plants every single day, you can just follow me on my vlogging channel. At the end of this video, there will be two little circles. One will be for this channel and the other will be for my vlogging channel. So if you want to follow me on my vlogging channel, you can do so at the end of this video, or you can go down to the description and my vlogging channel link will be in there. So we're going to get started. We're going to go first for my Christmas or Easter cactuses. I don't know which these two are. I know this is a Christmas cactus, so this is probably like an Easter cactus or something. I don't know. So what I do is I check. It's pretty dry and it's fertilizing week. And when I'm done checking on all my plants, I will show you how I fertilize my plants. So today we're inside because it's really cold outside. It's about 62 degrees outside. And I don't like being out in the cold. So we're doing this inside. I have everything set up to do what I need to do today. This is my aloe plant who is growing marvelously. And look at that. This leaf right here. I guess it's a leaf. I don't know. It's growing. There's no new leaves yet. I think once these fall back and this one starts to fall back, it'll grow a new one. I think that's how it's going. There we go. And here are my other Christmas cactuses who are doing quite well right there. They're growing. They're not showing any signs of dying on me. So that's always a good sign. So now we're going to move over to my Christmas cactus leaves. I might have a leaf in here who's ready to be planted. Because what I've been doing is I've been leaving these leaves in water for a few weeks and a few days to weeks until they grow roots like that. And then I'm going to plant them in the soil. And I think that's the only one that's ready to be planted. So we're going to plant it. That's always the issue with me. Where am I going to plant it? That's the issue. I think those are pretty full. I'm going to plant it with this one right here. So what you want to do is you want to dig a little hole and just stick it in there and then put some more of the soil back on top and it'll look like that. So it's in there nice and snug. It shouldn't move at all. So I'm going to put this guy back like that. I have two more leaves in there. I'm waiting for them to grow bigger roots where I feel like they're safe enough to plant them and they'll start growing like crazy. So now we're going to move to my orchids, which is going to be fun. So first we have my white fowl right here who is growing marvelously. So I'm just pouring the excess water because I change the water every week just to ensure her. Look how beautiful she is. These back leaves have not fallen, which I think is wonderful because they only had one bud left open, which kind of tells me that they like the full water color method. See, these are turning green in the waters. I'm going to leave those be, but I'm just checking the other ones because we have till the 17th of February to see if they like full water culture. These shears right here have been soaking in rubbing alcohol, so I know they're ready to go. So there's that one. This one I'm keeping because as you can see, it's turning a nice green color, which is always a good sign. So I'm going to keep that one. Just check the others. Make sure they're not dying. This one feels like it's dead right to the source of the orchid. So now I'm going to try to find a way to cut these when they're so close to the base with other roots there is the hardest part. Oh, that one has to go too. So I'm just going to leave these in full water culture until the 17th. And if it's losing more roots than it's growing, then I'll move it to semi-water culture and see how it fares in that for a month. And this one's got to go. Like that. So I'm just leaving these two because they're green when they're in the water, which tells me they're growing. So I'm going to use back in the rubbing alcohol. Okay, so this guy's turning a nice green color. This guy is turning a green color, which is always a good sign. And the rest are looking pretty darn good. And I missed one. So I'm going to get my shears back out. And we're going to cut this one right here. I have it over the garbage can, so it can go right in there. All right. So those look good. So I'm just going to set it back in its vase so I can water them all at once. So just put it back in the vase like that. So here is my orchid that is in semi-water culture. This bottom leaf fell off, which I was really happy about that because there's a root behind it. And I think there's going to be a root coming out right here next to this guy. So this is what this guy's root looks like. And it has a small root right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there. And what I like to do is I like to keep the water level just under this flower spike because this is the lowest flower spike it has. So I keep it right under that. It still touches this root. So it's doing wonderfully. It's growing roots. It's acting awesome. So now I'm going to take my purple fell out of its glass. Right there. And I'll put the glass back up here. And now we're going to go through its roots with the little stake in here. So again, this root is turning a nice, if I can show you, it's turning a nice green color, so I'm going to keep that one. This one, I think probably needs to go. That's my debate right now. Should I cut it? Even though it's turning a nice green color, it's a little dead at the end. So I'm going to take the spike out so I can focus on the flower spikes. And one of my flowers fell off. That's what I like to do. I had a flower right here, and I'm guessing it fell off. I let the flowers fall off on their own. These I'm not worried about because these were already bloomed when I got it. So, and Koji's being curious. So, back. I don't know where it fell off at, but it fell off. I'll have to find it. Alright, so now I'm going through the roots. Trying to see if this, I might have to cut this off because it's just hanging by a thread right here. And I already have this root who's a nice green color who is giving nutrients to the orchid. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Ooh, I found a flower. So I'm going to go ahead and try to hold this somehow. Hold it like that. I'm going to cut the end because it's just hanging there by a thread. So we're going to go ahead and cut it off. So I already have another root that's nice and green. We have, woo, look at me. So we have this one who's a nice green and it's going up the root, which is awesome. And then we have these guys. So this one has to be cut up to here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that guy off. I have Koji staring at me as if I'm crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one all the way to the base because it's totally dead up till there. And now I think, yep, there's one right there. trying to angle it correctly. That's always the issue. Angle it correctly. And this one's gonna go like that. That's on my shirt. And this one's gotta go. So it's like the one thing I like about watercolor. You can like take them out instantly when you see something's not going right. And you can cut them. That's what I like about it. So the rest look good. So that's what I have left over. My hand's getting wet from my rubbing alcohol. So that's what I have left over. I'm keeping this guy because it's turning a nice green color and it's not hanging by a thread on here. So now we're going to see how this guy stands with all those extra bits. And it's not standing. So again, I'm going to take my stake here. And I'm going to just stake it in here. Stake it in. And then I'm going to take these little clips. They can get at any grocery store. I prefer these. They don't harm the orchid that much. And then I'm going to take a second one and clip it up here by the flowers. Like that. And boom, it stands up. And look, I found the flower. It fell off right into my fertilizer. So that's how I clip them and get them set. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to do these one by one. I'm taking my distilled water that I buy from the store, which is about 89 cents a bottle. So it's a good price. I don't fertilize these guys. I'm just letting these guys do what they want. Because I've not had good history with fertilizing my orchids in water culture. So I'm not even going to try it. And Cody just stepped on my foot. Which is like him. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in. And then I'm going to check the root. Just to make sure it's in the water. So I'm going to set it up here. Because I have a better eye for that. So it's in the water nicely. So it's 1/3 of the root. At least 1/3. Not a little more. But at least 1/3 of the roots are in water. So now I'm going to do the same thing to my purple fowl, but I can do it without still in it because I'm not touching the crown. So probably about there will do. Yeah, right there will do. And I just noticed this, but my purple fowl has like a deep purple color. I'm going to try to show you how beautiful the color is on it. This is how beautiful the deep purple is. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a deep purple. It's amazing. What I might do is I'll take pictures of both fowls and I'll put it in the end of this video so you can see how beautiful the colors are in my fowls, because not always the video can pick it up, as I found out. So now I'm going to show you guys how to add fertilizer. So for me, since I don't use a gallon of water, and that's what's recommended on the package of any fertilizer you use, there's always directives on how much you should use. So for me, if you use the spoon they have in the package for you for 1 gallon of water, I don't use a gallon of water for my orchids. So I did the math, and for me, for my plants, I just need to use 1/8 of a tablespoon. So 1/8 right here. I have my water over here. Put it in there like that. And then all you're going to do is you're going to stir it around until it's nicely mixed in. Make sure that's not falling off. So just stir it until it's nicely mixed. Like that. And then you just pour it into the plants. So I'm actually going to pour it in here to my Christmas cactuses. They are a little dry. So I fertilize them as directed, which is every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks I fertilize my plants. And they've been liking it. So I've had their bad experiences fertilizing my orchids in water culture. So I just don't do it. So that's why you don't see me watering my orchids, because I just don't do it. So that is going to be it for today's plant update. There's no updates on my potatoes that are outside because I don't want to go outside and look. It's too cold. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and go check out my vlogging channel. I do all kinds of fun stuff every single day. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow for a cross-stitch world pattern.